When your AC stops working, just call the experts at KS Services Heating and Air. They're fast and affordable. Right now, purchase any Bryant energy efficient system and save with 0% interest for 60 months with approved credit. It comes included with a 5-year labor warranty. And our fair price guarantee means that we will always give you 3 quotes for every situation. A good, better, and best. Call KS Services Heating and Air today. We roll on, whatever it takes.
This is the Weather Xtreme video. It's the morning edition for Wednesday, the 20th of September. I'm James Spann. Alabama's weather looking pretty routine for late summer for the rest of this week and the weekend. Highs upper 80s, widely scattered or isolated afternoon showers and storms. Of course, the big story, the tropics. Here's the water vapor satellite view around the nation early this morning. Cold trough back in the northwestern states. A lot of mountain snow there, but warm ridging here across the east. And we've got Tropical Storm Jose that's east of New Jersey. We are in the 60s early this morning. Birmingham at 66, and there's a dense fog advisory for much of central and east Alabama where rain came down yesterday. Visibility very restricted in spots. Around the nation, Kentucky, parts of Indiana with fog advisories, and some winter weather advisories back in the western states where that snow is falling. Convective outlook, a marginal risk well to the north. Tomorrow, again, a marginal risk, parts of Minnesota, the Dakotas, and on day 3, which is Friday, a risk of severe weather, again, across the heartland of the nation. We have green here. That means we could see a few storms, but they should be fairly widely scattered and random and during the afternoon and evening hours, much like a summer day. And really not a lot of rain here for the next 7 days. This is the QPF. Basically nothing for northwest Alabama, about a half inch for the south, and there's no sign of any really widespread rain. That deal we had yesterday, that's most likely the most widespread rain we will see between now and the middle part of next week. But yeah, the tropics, things are happening. Tropical Storm Jose off the upper Atlantic coast. Category 4 Maria making landfall in Puerto Rico, and the remnants of Lee. And the NHC guys are kind of ramping up the chance of that redeveloping. In fact, here's the 5-day outlook, and you can see if Lee redevelops out there, more than likely it moves north. Fish storm, no threat to any landmass. Let's check Jose. This is a tropical storm with sustained winds of 65 miles per hour off the upper Atlantic coast. This thing is just going to meander for 5 days, becoming post-tropical this weekend. And the big question with this thing, can Jose leave a weakness in the subtropical ridge there, giving Maria an escape route, which would mean it would not hit the east coast of the United States? That'll be the key thing to watch. All right, Maria, wow. This is GOES 16 imagery of the approach to Puerto Rico and coming up, skirting the Virgin Islands last night. Pinhole Eye, at that point, the winds were 175 miles an hour. Just remarkable. It's what you're looking at here is graphic violence, but it's just almost mesmerizing watching this. We've never been able to see these things in such high resolution. This is the radar, the last radar we had from San Juan. That was at, a little before 5 o'clock this morning. We've had no data. We don't know if the radar is down. We know, or if its comms down. We just don't know. But obviously, we're not getting anything. No weather reports. This is the last image, and you can see at that point the eye wall was on the southeastern coast of Puerto Rico. Top winds 155, down a little bit. That's still a very, very dangerous Category 4 hurricane. It's going to cross Puerto Rico today, skirt the northern coast of the Dominican Republic, and then begin to gain latitude. And by Sunday night, early Monday, it should be well east of Jacksonville, Florida. And what happens from there? And by the way, it should be a Category 2 at that point, we should mention. Tropical modeling and pretty good agreement here, keeping it east of the United States East Coast. The question is, can it flirt up there with Cape Cod? Of course, it should be much weaker by then. We'll check the ensembles. First off the GFS, you're looking for the black squares, the black line. That's the mean. And again, the mean keeps it offshore. We'll check the European ensemble. Again, look for the black line in the middle. That's the mean. It keeps it offshore. So the news is pretty good. Confidence is increasing. This will not come back into the East Coast, but we can't say that for sure yet with total certainty. The one thing I think we can say with certainty, this is the peak of the hurricane now, or probably last night. Slowly it ramps down. It'll be a major hurricane through much of the weekend, then back to a Category 2 early next week as it encounters colder water. Let's run through the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon. This is at 500 millibars. Cold trough in the northwest. A lot of snow going on there in the mountains. Ridging here. And again, we had a shortwave that kind of slipped in here unannounced yesterday, and that produced some really big storms. We had some major damage in parts of Calhoun County east of Anniston over toward Choccolocca and White Plains from a severe storm. But again, today's storms could be out there, but they'll be very widely spaced. Highs 87 to 90, and that's going to be the formula through the weekend here. Here's tomorrow, and again, you can see Jose and Maria. This is Friday. For us, highs 87 to 90, isolated afternoon showers. Maria beginning to turn north Saturday. No big change here. Upper 80s, widely scattered afternoon storms. Sunday, Maria is well east of Florida, moving north. Monday, east of the Outer Banks. And Tuesday, and again, we stress our weather's not going to change much. About mid-80s probably next week. Any showers very isolated. It's a fairly quiet pattern here. The GFS has Maria Tuesday east of the mouth of Chesapeake Bay. And this is a week from today. This is Wednesday the 27th. Troughing coming out across the Plain States. We've still got a ridge here. Cold front from near Chicago down to Abilene, Texas. And Maria is just east of New Jersey and south of Cape Cod. And that's a close call up there. We'll have to see. That's going to be the biggest issue, it looks like, is will this thing scoot or affect the New England coast? Of course, it'll be much weaker at that point, but still a formidable tropical system. This is the end of the forecast period. This is Friday of next week, the 29th. The ridge building in the west and a trough building in the east, kind of a pattern flip as we approach the month of October, and that should bode well for us. That looks dry, but that should pull down some cool air. In fact, here are the numbers. You can see the response there with highs dropping in the 70s and lows in the 50s right as October arrives. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
AC broken? Just call KS Services Heating and Air. All Bryant energy-efficient systems come with a 5-year labor warranty, and our fair price guarantee means that we'll always give you 3 quotes for every situation. Just call KS Services Heating and Air today.